CrazyMovin against Major, who's on the same name we've always seen him on.
What?
X6 Windy.
What is that name, Andre?
You know he joined Check 6?
Mm-hmm.
And he kept the same name, Windy.
Is that like some kind of joke you're making?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, it was lost on me, Andre. I know he's changed his name a million times.
He has?
But I didn't know. I had never heard Winnie before, man. I thought maybe he was playing on somebody else's account.
Possibly. It's possibly so. But I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him either. Oh, and apparently we've gotten confirmation. It is apparently his new name. So, indeed, can't settle on a name for more than like a month at a time. Guy loves changing his alias, man.
Well,
I guess he just doesn't want to be known.
Really, no. It's the fact that he likes to keep you guessing and he likes everybody on their toes. You know who Greytorp is. Who wants that?
Fans of that player?
Whatever. Well, see, if you're a true diehard fan,
right.
He's testing his fans to say, how closely do you follow me?
Not close enough, Andre.
Well, clearly close enough. You follow him because you know now his new name is Windy.
Well, I do know that now, but
All right, fan.
Why you troll, Andre?
I'm not trolling, bro.
Why you troll? Look at this, though. We do see a gasless expansion coming out from him, so he's pretty ballsy. I mean, look at the natural, man. It's not that wide open. It's not like it has like 50 different entrances like some like caverns, but it's still not that easy to hold. It's a really, really wide choke point, so this could be just a little bit risky.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused. We don't normally see gasless fast expansions these days. It's always the reactor expansion. That's like the most common thing, and this is probably a very small percentage of TVZ games.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be because of his training in Korea. I know the Koreans love gasless expand all the time. But I was just saying on this map, man, like this just does not seem like a map to go gasless expand on. But I don't know. We'll have to see if CrazyMovin's going to try to punish it at all. He's getting his gas now. So we'll have to see if he just uses that for Zerg and speed or if he actually goes ahead and goes for some type of early aggression.
Oh, wow, he's going to place it on the low ground,
That
man.
is so
ballsy.
risky. That is so risky, man.
Now, talk to me about this because I know the Korean scene sees a lot. The foreign scene doesn't really see it. What do you think about gasless fast expansions in TVZ? I know its strengths. Oh, okay. I'll let you talk about the strengths and weaknesses.
Well, it can be really nice to get yourself that early economic advantage, man. Especially when most Zergs are going to be playing greedy and going for that hatch first anyways. So you can get away with it a lot of the time. Even if they go something like gas pool, as long as you put your command center on the upper ground, you can be fine. But I'm assuming he did put it on the low ground because he saw that hatch first. But then you just go double gas after and you can transition pretty quickly. Obviously, the downside, the biggest downside is that, as opposed to going for the Reactor Hellion expansion, you're not going to be able to deny anything from the Zerg early on. They can set up crease threat. They can go take a really early third if they want. They can have full map control holding the Zedlogget towers.
Yep.
There's not much you can do about that, but you do get that economic advantage. And if you do go double gas and rush out that factory, it isn't all that delayed. Obviously, it's a bit later than, if you're just going Reactor Hellion expansion. But you still can go ahead and do all those great things I was just talking about. It's just a little bit later on. You have to be a little bit more active, maybe throw it on a scan to pick off the crew tumors they've already thrown down, etc.
Yeah, I have to agree. It works really well, I think, with the metagame that is currently out because a lot of Zergs do expect Hellions. So look at this, CrazyMovin already putting down that spine crawler.
Exactly.
He's actually playing greedy. Because you shouldn't be doing that. You should scout out first and then see, do I need to put down a spine crawler? In this case, if he scouted out, he would see, oh, command center's on the bottom ground. I don't need to make the spine crawler.
Right, exactly. It is a bit unfortunate. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's not just, the 50 minerals for the drone and the 100 minerals for the spine crawler. It's also the fact that that drone is not mining that entire time. Could have been mining the whole game, so, since it was built. So it is a little bit of a deal there, man. It does need to be just a bit more active and reactive with his playing as opposed to just, choosing a strategy and blindly, blindly going for it. But we see a second factory already on the way here, about to complete for Major.
Oh, man.
And you might just go double reactor factory, man. You think he's just going to go for a ridiculous amount of Hellions?
Yes, of course I do. But a Zergling was able to get in here. What a big advantage now for CrazyMovin. Because he knows exactly what his opponent's doing. He sees the double reactors. He knows that it's going to be buttload and
Yeah,
a
I
metric
love his
buttload.
response too, man. Look at this. He drops down the Roach Horn, goes up to 3 gas. These Roaches will be able to deal with the Hellions no problemo. We actually see Major
Nice.
changing some stuff out, man. He's actually got a starport and an armory on the way. Do you think he's gonna like go for some weird Thor drop or something? Like, what is he doing?
I don't know, man. That is really, really wanky.
Fast
Apparently he is
+1
going some
for his
sort of-
Hellion? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe fast +1 so he can 2-shot drones or something?
But you need the blue flame to have that
Yeah,
also, and he didn't go
that's
for blue
true.
flame. So
I have no clue, man.
this
well,
is the weirdest build. We'll have to we'll be educated on
I
it.
know. Oh, I love to be educated.
Oh yeah.
Now
So
5
good.
Hellions are pushing out in the field. Now I would have loved that Roach Horn to actually be built like right here
Yeah, I agree.
instead, but still you can see the Roaches come out in time and basically bat off these Hellions from doing any damage.
Yeah, and the Hellions did come out too late because of that expansion, and because you waited for too many of them. So that third did go up for CrazyMovin at the top right. He should have been able to deny that with his first 2 Hellions. Unfortunately, Major was not quite as active with his units, and then that's going to be a big blow, man, to allow the Zerg to just get a free third like that. And we do see +1 vehicle weapons very quickly on the way here for Major. He gave this medevac, so could go for the Hellion drop into the main with +1. And he's actually getting a tech lab onto his starport, so might mix in some Banshees here at this point. Has a lot of gas saved up. Could even go for Cloak if he wanted. And this is a really cool mind game that he's playing because he essentially forced the Roaches. You know, when CrazyMovin scouted the double reactor, double factory, he forced those Roaches, and he's gonna go Banshee and just mess him up. Oh my God, the Roaches saw the medevac, but he
This
must have.
be too many Roaches, man.
Oh
Look
my
at how
God,
many
you're
Roaches
right.
are pushing forward to
Oh, snap.
base.
And at the same time, look at this. He's got the 3 Queens in the main trying to deny this 4 Hellion drop. +1 is not yet done, so this timing's not going to work for Major. This build just needs to be reevaluated a little bit because it's nowhere even close done. He's starting to lose that medevac. Too worried about microing in the main. Oh my gosh, he loses the bunker finally. The SCVs are just getting absolutely demolished. And oh my gosh, he doesn't micro his drop at all. No multitasking from Major. And his medevac dies without dropping a single Hellion.
Yep. Meanwhile, there are 3 Hellions in the back here, but they get cleaned up because of the reinforcements. Zerglings and Roaches streaming in. GG comes out.
Wow.
And a very clean-cut game.
Yeah, that build made no sense, Andre. Let's be honest here. He went for a really fast well, not really fast, but he went for a +1 on his vehicle weapons. And it looked like he was trying to time it for that Hellion drop. I don't know what else he could have possibly been timing it for.
I think this build was against someone who likes Zerglings.
I guess, man. But I mean, if you let the Zerg scout it, you got to know they're going to go Roaches. What kind of
Yeah, I
dummy
know.
would go?
Yeah.
You know, so you either got to block the ramp, prevent them from scouting like that. I mean, that's just embarrassing to let a Zerg into your base at that stage of the game. Or change up your build. I mean, even so about his build like being placed against Zerglings, just the timing was wrong, man. Just straight up wrong. He had +1 finishing about 40 seconds after his medevac arrived at the Zerg base. So it wouldn't have helped him out. He wouldn't be able to use it for that drop. And on top of that, we didn't see any multitasking from Major. I mean, all he had was his SCVs on repair on the bunkers, so that clearly didn't require multiple actions. And yet he lost his medevac without dropping a single Hellion just to the Queens auto-attacking it.
Yeah.
So
I
not the
don't
play we
know
usually see from him.
what was going on with this +1, man. This was so confusing because he's still on Red Flame. I was
Yeah.
thinking, okay, it's good to always get upgrades out. If you're getting a fast +2, whatever. But where are your tanks?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work when you go in double reactor Hellion like this
Yeah.
if you don't have blue flame.
All right, well, let's just go into game 2 and find out what happens if CrazyMovin can continue this or if Major can come back.